Hey, you guys, I'm back to do another video. I told you in my last video that I was going to do another testimony. That was the first testimony. This is testimony two. Testimony two is what this video called. I uh I was living in an apartment, um and it was two ladies living in the front of me, right across the yard. Not that, maybe like 40, 45 yards from my front door to her front door, to their front door. And one of the lady was married, the other one wasn't. So one day I heard the one that not married say, "Oh, girl, that man like you." And the one that married, she didn't say nothing. She said, well, no, she said something, but I couldn't understand what she said. And so one day, the married one was going to the watch house. So I saw her go in, and I went in the watch house. What she was, I said, "Oh, you married, huh?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I talk to you some other time." She said, "But we not together." I'm like, okay. So we talked and we got to know each other a little bit, not much, because her husband was still hanging around somewhere. Because every time I would see her, I would see him not long after. So he so so she had another sister who was a cooker at the bingo, and my sisters used to take me to play bingo, so we got a chance to get up a conversation about her, and we asked her, did I ask her, did you have any sisters? So she told me yes. I said, oh, they live right in front of me. So she said, yeah. So one day I was going to my brother's house, and I saw a fish pond on the right-hand side of the street. So one day when I was talking to her sister, I said, you know where that fish pond is going down on this certain highway? She said, yes. I said, where is that? She said, well, go down the highway. When you get to the cross street, she gave me the street name, but I don't know the street name. She said, when you get to the cross street, the fish pond is on the right hand side. So when you turn to your right, it's right there, and people fishing there all the time. But she said, you go to the left, my mom and dad house down there. So I'm like, so I went down there, and she said, when you go down to the middle of the street, you're going to see a white church to your left, and my mama house and dad house is to the right. So I go down there, and as I was driving down the street, I saw a man in the front yard, like in a garden, doing something in the front yard. So I pulled my car over and I started talking to him. At that time, the third sister, the one paid, the one cooked at the bingo, she came out. She say, "CJ, what you doing down here?" I said, "I'm going to my brother." She said, "Well, come here. I want you to meet my mama." So I went in, and while I was sitting there, we were talking. Her mom kept looking at me, and she said, "Boy, that girl look just like you." I'm like, "Who?" She said, "Boy, that girl look just like you." I'm like, "Who look like me?" So the the bingo sister say, "Boy, you know what you're talking about." I say, "Who?" She say, I said, "I don't." Then she called her sister's name out. I say, I ain't know that she was pregnant." Say, "Yeah, she pregnant and the baby is yours." I'm like, I ain't know nothing about it, which I didn't know anything about it. So I say, "Well, where do they live?" She told me. She said, "Well, I don't know where they live, but I know which street they live on." So she gave me the street address, which street they live on. So when I got back home, I drove down the street and I turned on the street that they live on. And when I turned on the street, it was some people on the front porch of their house. So I pulled over and I asked them, I said, "Do you guys know this lady?" They said, "Yeah, we know." I said, "Well, don't she have two daughters?" One of the girls said, "No, she got three daughters because she just had a baby for, she got a daughter for my brother." So I said, "Well, where does she live at?" She said, "Go down to the red light, sorry, go down to the stop sign. And when you go down to the stop sign, it's an apartment down there. Go into the gate. When you go into the gate, look straight ahead, and you will see her apartment, her front door facing the gate. When you walk straight in and go straight back." So I parked my car, got out, and I walked straight back into the gate. And as I got closer to the porch where she was living at, now she mother was looking at me come in because she was facing the gate. And I got up to the closer to the porch to knock on the door. She say, "What do you want?" I say, "Oh, I didn't come by to see my daughter. She ain't here." I said, "Okay, well, I did." She said, "Well, I'm not gonna tell her nothing about you. So I'm not gonna tell nothing about you. So don't come acting for her no more." Something like that. She said. I said, "Well, okay. I just wanted to let me know that I know that she's my daughter." Then she say, "Well, she got a dad." I'm like, "Okay, I just want to come by and check things out." So time passed, and I called the bingo sister back and told her, I said, "Hey, I went over there to the place. Her mama let me see her." So, but at that time, I had went down the street, parked on the side of the street, hoping to see her come out of school so I can talk to her. But she didn't show up that day. She didn't show up. So I called her sister back. I said, "Hey, she didn't let me see her." So I said, "Well, take my phone number, and if you get a chance to talk to her, tell her to call me." So 2 days later, she called me and she said, "Well, you my dad." I said, "Yep." And I said, "Well," she said, "Well, you wanna," I said, "Where you wanna meet at?" I said, "We can meet at the park." So we met at the park and we talked. We got to know each other, and we stayed in contact. I went to all her son birthday party, basketball games, and all those stuff, kind of get to know her. Cause 18 years had passed, and I didn't even know that she was my daughter. So one day one day she was at home and she was arguing with her mama, and she burst out of the door. "I'm going over to my daddy's house." She said, "He ain't your daddy. CJ your daddy." She said, "Who?" I said, "Who is that?" "That's your daddy." So she, some kind of way, something happened, and they was, I don't know what happened after that, but something happened. So, but she would not tell her who I was until the daughter bust out of the house. "I'm going over to my dad's house." My daughter told me, she said, "Well, when I was over there," she said, "I kept looking at them and I didn't look like none of them." I said, "Something wrong," because I didn't look like none of them. So I knew something was wrong. So that's when her mom told her that CJ is your daddy. I mean, but at the same time, I didn't know her for 18 years. So those are the kind of things that happen. I mean, it happened, and I can't say that I'm sorry that it happened, but I wish I had a this. I wish I had, if I could do it over, I would do it over again, and this wouldn't happen because this was a married woman, and um, when we were sitting in the car talking behind her sister house in the parking lot, and I said, if your husband see you gotta talk to me, he gonna be mad. She said, oh, he might be looking at us right now. So I said, okay. I said, I gotta go because I don't want no problem. She said, okay, I'll be over to your house tonight. She came over and I got to know her. And from that point to 18 years, I didn't know that she was pregnant. I left home and moved to California. That's where I didn't know nothing about her being pregnant of anything. So that would happen. But I'm telling you, it was it was done in the it was run it was done in the night. But what came out after 18 years had passed, it came out and it came to the light. Because the Bible speak about that. The Bible speak about would not nothing hidden will not there's nothing that's hid will not be revealed. So this will reveal. This is the second time happened to me. It's the second and the last time. I I didn't I didn't do it again. I was wrong for doing it that time because she was a married woman, and I should never had got together with her under no circumstances. I knew her husband. I didn't talk to her husband, but I knew her husband. I waved at him sometime, but we didn't hold conversation to each other. And although he came over to see his wife over to her sister house, but we never hold conversation or nothing. So, but if I had to do things over again, I would do things over again, and that would not have happened. So with that, I'm gonna close this video down, and I got other videos I'm gonna work on getting out day by day, and I say that I'm asking God to bless you guys. May God bless you guys. May God bless your family. May God bless America. May God bless the world. And pray for the world. Pray for your family. Pray for your sister, your brother, your mom, your kinfolks, and pray while you're saying, pray for America, pray for the leaders of this country, and pray for the world, because we all need prayers at a time like this. So with that, I'm gonna say later. I'm out of here later. Bye.